So, hey, welcome. We got a lot of folks on here, several pages worth of people, and I don't know who's on here, but the ones that are, congratulations on being here on time and being here with us. And some of you may be watching this later on Memorex, and that's okay too. But AJ and Jill and Kayla and myself and Andy Willoughby, we talked about this about a week or so ago, leading up to the kind of launch of a new month. And we want to do something called Cabo is Calling You, okay, Y-O-U-U. Because we have a crap load, for lack of better words, we have a crap load of people actually following us to the beaches of Cabo already. And for those that have already been involved with us since maybe when the Cabo, launch or Cabo, trip was talked about, I already have points they've already established towards that Cabo trip. And you're not quite there yet. There's still 60 days to do it. But here's the cool thing. Today, August 1st, 2017, we are 60 days out from that actual event happening, or the end of the qualification. But the cool thing is that I would probably say, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody here, but probably 50% or more of the people that have qualified for this Cabo trip already did it in their first 60 days. Which means if you're just getting started today or just got started last week, or even if get somebody started next week or the week after that, if they listen to what we say tonight, they probably got a pretty good darn chance of joining us on that beach. And if you've already been involved since the beginning of this Cabo qualification, okay, and you've already accumulated some kind of points, you already have the game, folks. So what we're going to teach you tonight or share with you tonight, this envision for you being on the beach with us tonight, is going to help you get there further faster. So I'm going to cover some things real quick. I only got a few minutes to chat with you. We got a couple of great guest speakers on here tonight. Kayla Tumbrella is going to follow me. She's going to turn it over and edify AJ and Jill Willoughby, and then they're going to be able to do their best to edify that young man, Andy Willoughby, on the screen with us here tonight as well, too. So with that said, I'm going to cover the 4 R's. Hopefully y'all are taking notes. Okay, of course, you can go back and watch the recording later. But I'm going to cover 4 R's tonight. I thought about this the other day. I was driving back from southern part of Utah, and I'm like, okay, what do we got to talk about on this Cabo is Calling Zoom call? And I came up with 4 words. So write these down, okay, and then we'll talk about them. We'll elaborate them for a minute or two, okay? It was reset, okay, so the word reset, the word ready, the word run, and the word rewards. Okay, so reset, ready, run, okay, and rewards. So I want to break that down for you. And there's a method to this madness because Kayla's going to come on and talk about something else, and then AJ and Jill, and it's all going to piece together like a perfect puzzle. It's all said and done. It's going to see you on the beach of the Cabo with us, okay? Because when I'm done tonight, okay? So reset. Today's August 1st, right, 2017. Okay, we all know there are volume resets and all that good stuff too, but in your mind, okay, or in your business, you reset as well. Reset means this. You push reset, we start over, we do it again. Okay, we work from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. We don't stop. We hit reset. We do it again. Okay, and sometimes we get hung up on things. We get stuck on things. We get frustrated at things. Guess what? You can reset any given day throughout the month or throughout the day that you choose to. You just push a little button figuratively in your mind, okay, and you start over. Okay, so today, everybody hit the reset button. Okay, from wherever you're at now, where you've been, it doesn't matter. Today's reset day number 1 with 60 days to Cabo to qualify. Okay, this is the reset button for everybody. I'm going to tell you right now what I'm looking to do. I've actually, I think, qualified 4 times over for the Cabo trip. I'm actually, these next 60 days, I'm challenging myself to qualify again, get the points I need again. That's my goal for myself. I'm putting on the line right there and let my sponsors, AJ and Jill Willoughby, hold me accountable to that. Okay, so whatever it took for me to qualify point-wise to qualify for Cabo, that's my commitment, AJ and Jill. I'm going to qualify again over the next 60 days, so I'll be 5 times qualified, okay, for the Cabo trip. So that's the reset. Wherever you're at, push the reset button. Ready means simply this. Be ready. Always be prepared. Like the Boy Scout motto, or I guess if you're a Girl Scout cookie sales girl, be ready. Okay, never know where the next person's coming from. Who you're going to sell a box of cookies to or a box of M sticks to. Okay, always be ready. Okay, and speaking about being ready, you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan of action. Okay, and tonight, AJ and Jill got a phenomenal plan of action for you. Some steps, some baby steps to help you get to where you need to be, like putting your toes in the sand. Okay, and a drink in your hand, Kayla Tumbrella. Okay, that Ryan Anderson's going to pay for, by the way. Okay, in Cabo. Okay, so these guys are going to give you a phenomenal plan of action to break down the numbers for you. So make sure you're taking great notes because this is how you're going to get there. Okay, with all of us. All right, so reset, push the button, ready, have that plan of action, and run. When I mean run, I mean run. I don't mean walk. I don't mean limp. I don't mean hobble. I don't mean jog. I mean run. Okay, you run for 2 months. I've talked about this in the past. I'm running for 2 years, my head down. But for right now, it's just run for 2 months. Rock solid. We don't look left. We don't look right. We don't look behind us. We don't look down. Okay, if somebody's standing in front of you, either run through them. Okay, you run around them. You dig under them. You hop over them. You do whatever you got to do, but you just keep running. Okay, you run for 60 straight days. Okay, and follow the plan of action to be set forth for y'all tonight. If you want to fly, you can fly too. I'll soar with you. Okay, AJ and Jill, Andy, Kayla, a bunch of others on here, Walter. We'll fly with you too. So if you want to fly, you can fly, but at least run. Okay? And the last thing I have here to talk about tonight is reward. Got to reward yourself every step of the way and reward your team members every step of the way. Okay, and this is what we do for 60 days. Okay, somebody sponsors somebody new, you make sure the world knows about it on Facebook. Okay, you get a brand new customer, you let the world know you got a new customer. Okay, somebody's got a positive story, you let them know it's a positive story. Okay, you get that thing circulate like no tomorrow. Okay, you reward every member of your team, but you reward yourself too. I don't care if you go out for a stinking ice cream cone because you just got a first customer. Okay, reward yourself, because if you don't reward yourself for the small things, you'll never appreciate the big things like Cabo. You got to reward yourself and reward your team every step of the way. Okay, big, small, or indifferent. Okay, if you got to reward yourself hourly, do it. Something magical will happen. Okay, because those posts, those exciting posts of rewards, rewarding your team, are what attracts people to you. Okay, a lot of us that are on here tonight, okay, came to M Network because somebody else was excited about something. I think y'all would agree. I know a great deal of people that came in on our $4.99 packages that had never tasted the products. Okay, so it wasn't a life-changing result. It wasn't some massive amount of, something that magically made you say, my gosh, that thing worked like no tomorrow. I just made $1 billion. Now I'm going to sign up. No, you saw somebody who's excited. Okay, so when your excitement is showing all the time, you're speaking life into it all the time, no matter where you go, okay, people are going to notice that, okay? So excitement, that's what people follow, by the way. People don't follow information. People follow excited people at the end of the day, okay? And that's what I had to share with you all tonight. And, speaking of excited people, I had a great opportunity to meet this young gal like 110 days ago. I'm not counting, but it's probably right around there. And, boy, she has a level of excitement like no tomorrow. Okay, she can say y'all like nobody. Okay, and this young lady has lit M on fire. She's lit her team on fire. She's lit me on fire. And I'm excited to have her share with you for the next few minutes. She has about 5 minutes to share with you some things that she's excited about, besides free drinks in Cabo. Okay, and probably some massages and pool time and, maybe some shark cage dive with me. I don't know. But, Kayla Tumbrella, she's a firecracker. But you know what? She's a mom, but she's a powerhouse because she believes in people. Okay, and that's why they came to her. That's why they joined her business. They believe in her. They see her excitement. They're following her excitement. They're not following her exciting, life-changing product result. Okay, they're following her because of excitement. Excitement is more duplicative than anything else. I promise you that. Every tool in the world, okay, every video in the world cannot match somebody's personal excitement level. I don't know if it's more excited about building this thing and going to Cabo than this young lady and taking her wonderful husband with her. So, Kayla Tumbrella, I'm going to unmute you. The floor is yours, young lady.
Well, thank you so much. And hey, y'all. I wanted to touch real quick on something John said as soon as he came on, and it stuck with me because the first thing he said was that a lot of the people that earned their Cabo earned it within 60 days. I mean, I earned the trip in 6 days. And so I know yesterday, they are just as likely to be there as we all are. And that is super exciting in itself because when I earned the trip to Cabo, I didn't even know there was a trip to Cabo. I was just excited about what I was doing. And they just messaged me and they were like, oh, now you're on this free trip. And I was like, well, but you just already paid me all this money. So I'm going to get a free trip. So anybody you recruit, not only are they going to be excited that they get a free trip too, but that means if you're just now getting started or if you're just now starting to get used to the way everything works and you're really trying to get out there this month, this is, hang on, do I have a connection? Can y'all hear me? On and off?
We hear you. Make sure you don't have any other devices running, Kayla.
Can you hear me now? I'm in Alabama. Sometimes you have to sing a song out with your arm or your head to get the right amount of service. Is it working now? Okay. So, yes, it's super exciting. Anybody recruit going to be super excited because it literally can happen so fast and it's so easy to do. So I want to see as many of you there as possible. So whenever I first started in, M was built with a lot of people that had a lot of experience in multi-level marketing, and I did not. And so I never thought that there would be a time when people were coming to me, asking me, like, you know, what is it that you're doing? Because I was looking up to all these other people, you know, wondering what they were doing. And so when they come, like, my advice or what I think about something or anything like that, it still blows me away. But I was speaking to AJ and Jill last week, and you know, I've had a lot of people, you know, watching me recruit fast and have to message me and say, well, what's your secret? And I really like pondered on that, because I was like, you know, I don't know if I have one. Like, it just kind of happened, and you know, I wish I could pinpoint something to share, but it just kind of happened, yada yada yada. So I talked to AJ some last week about kind of a method that I use, and I think that it is so true that everybody runs their business differently, and if you are a super salesperson, you know, you can build your business by, you know, talking and sharing with people. If you're a super recruiter, you can build your business by building those relationships and connecting with people and having people trust in you. Either way, you have to make it relate to you and how you can work. And one thing that relates to me and how my brain functions is football, you know, and I hear people all the time, it's like, you know, Kayla, everything in your life cannot be about football, but it makes sense, y'all, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't know if y'all know who Nick Saban is, but he's the head coach of Alabama, and he has this thing called the process. And I've heard him talking about this in a documentary one time, and I've since watched I don't know how many YouTube videos on it. But he kind of talks about the process he goes through recruiting, through coaching and training and building the people up. And so it really does relate a lot to what we do. So I started following that because that's something I find interesting and something I can relate to, because I'm not one that's going to sit down and read a personal growth book or, you know, watch, like motivational speaker type person. But you put Nick Saban on the stand, I'm going to listen to what he has to say. And so that related to me. And so whenever he's talking about how whenever he's in a game, and John says all the time not to ever look at the scoreboard, like he just said, put your head down for 60 days and work hard and never look at the scoreboard. And like me, you will look up and realize you're already there without even realizing what you were working towards. But Nick Saban has to think, you know, where they're running calls and making plays, there's like only worry about those 7 seconds that are getting you to that next first down. And if you only worry about those 7 seconds and not worry about if we're going to win or lose, not worry about if we're going to win the SEC championship, not worry about if we're going to be playing in the national championship, worry about those next 7 seconds to get you that next first down. Because once you get so many first downs, you're going to be in the national championship. You're going to be getting the touchdown there already, and it'll be before you even realize. Believe me, Alabama football season passes so fast I can't hardly stand it. But you'll be there before you even realize it. And then what I can do in that is whenever you build up, it's kind of like building a rapport. Whenever you follow those 7 seconds, it gets you the touchdown. It gets you a win. It gets you the SEC championship. It gets you the national championship. That's just like ranking up. Because when people see you ranking up, they want to know what you're doing. When you're playing for a national championship every year for 10 years straight, they want to know what you're doing. And you know what? It makes your recruiting a lot easier, because Nick Saban's had the #1 recruiting class the last 7 out of 10 years he's been coaching. And it's not because he's not a great recruiter, but he don't have to recruit anymore. People are breaking down the doors trying to get in Alabama. Everybody wants to play Alabama because they win, and they win over and over and over again. And so when people see you winning, and like John said, they see you excited, and they sort of strategy or plan that you're not going to win anytime soon, they want to be a part of whatever you're a part of. And in that 7 seconds, you know,
get that first down, and no matter what the play is and so forth. That's just like when that's building our businesses, you know, like we need to do something every single day that builds towards our business. I had just now, you know, started in some of my team members on Andy Willoughby's calls on Monday mornings, and I look forward to calls so much. I mean, I just love chatting with everybody and brainstorming and, you know, hitting ideas off each other. And so if you have to be present, you have to be working with your team, you have to be setting goals and realistic goals so you can meet them. I'm a numbers person, and like I said, I work on Nick Saban's guidelines, so I break it down this month. I want to be royal, so I know I have to do close to $2,000 have to move through my team or my back office every single day of this month, or not royal, M4. I'm sorry, I'm already royal. See, it just happens so fast, y'all. Like, that's really how fast it happens. But I know I have to put $2,000 through my team and through my back office every single day for that to happen. And every single morning when I wake up, who can I talk to? What can I do? Who wants to rank up next? Who can we reach out to? Every single day you have to put forth something. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this on over to AJ and Jill, which are incredible leaders. I love talking to them every chance I get because we can come up with some crazy ideas. But I mean, it pays off, y'all. I mean, aren't y'all all glad now that you know how to relate your business to Alabama football? I'm so glad you all joined us tonight for that. So I'm going to pass it over so they can share some tips and tools that they use. And please, you know, y'all just, anytime you need anything, please reach out. And if it's just something to somebody to bounce ideas off of or anything, we want you all to be in contact with us because we're going to have a great time on Ryan's Dime. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. So y'all take it, AJ.
Am I muted? Oh, now I'm unmuted. No, am I muted? You can hear me now. Okay, good.
Let's just go.
I never get it right. You know, if anyone can build this business, if we can build this business, anyone can build this business. I'm just going to say that, okay? Absolutely. But I'll tell you, here's the secret. Here's the tool, the key to this. I mean, here we are. We're hearing from awesome leaders tonight, you know, with John and Kayla, and then, hey, we got the master of them all, Andy, my father, coming up here in just a few minutes. And
you're going to say me.
Oh, yeah. So, and she's a great leader. She is. She's my best leader. She leads me. But the thing is here you're hearing some consistent things here as far as running for and really going after and keeping things going. And you know, I love the way that Kayla was explaining that. You know, you've got 7 seconds. That's the way that they're looking at it on the football field. Hey, don't be thinking about the big scoreboard, thinking about those 7 seconds. And that's what it is. Because, and I'm looking at my notes here that I was taking as she was talking here, you know, because really, here's what those 7 seconds are. That's building an M1. This business is built on that building block right there of building an M1. All right, yeah, we can look at M2, we can look at M3, M4, M5, M6, all these big ranks and everything. The number one key rank, the building block to making this be a success is building M1s. You continue building M1s in your company, not just you, but you help your team become an M1, and you are going to continue ranking up. That's what it's about. It's about reaching down, working from the bottom up, helping each one of them to do that. Your goal is to go out there and create M1s. What is an M1? An M1 is 480 personal team volume in your group, okay? Now, what that breaks down to, 16 boxes of product, all right? You just need 16 boxes of product in your organization, and you are an M1. So what's the next step? You help your people become an M1. Do that very same thing. Help them get 16 boxes of product sold in their organization, so they're M1. And then you help their people do the same thing. It just keeps compounding to where you're helping the people behind them as they're coming in. New people come in, calling them up. Hey, We just need to get 16 boxes. That's all we want to do is get 16 boxes as quickly as we can into your organization. And that's how you build this. And that's how you build this very, very quickly. You build M1s. Don't worry about M2. Don't worry about M3. Don't worry about M4, so forth. Those M1s.
Don't worry about the scoreboard.
Don't worry about the scoreboard.
About the steps.
Exactly. The next 7 seconds. That's what it is you got to concentrate on. So here's what it is to Cabo. Okay. So all these things kind of break down. Now there's the
first of all, nuts and bolts. Make sure you have this. You may need to print this out. You can get this off your back office in the tools and documents and media, or even more simple, m.network/Cabo. You can get this off of there too. So this will explain to you how you earn points. Sorry, it's fuzzy.
Hold it still so it can focus.
I can't be still. Okay, so, oh yeah, our camera's up there, not right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will tell you exactly how many points that you get. Over here, it's a lot of your blue boxes and your people that come on and what their starter kits are.
Those are great.
Those are great.
You want those. The thing is.
But I'll tell you, when we first got started, I had a board that I was counting my Cabo points every time any little thing would happen. I wasn't like Kayla. I knew this trip was there, and that kind of was a big motivation for me. So I started, there's 10 points, there's 15, I'm up to 50, and I thought, I'm never going to make it. I'm just never going to make it. It was when this side of the paper started coming together that our team and ourselves started ranking up. And as we helped other people hit M1, you can't help someone that you personally recruit to M1 without you also being an M1. Get that? So it's really helping your team get there, and then to M2 and on and on and on and on.
So without going into detail, because you can get this, just like she said, where is it you get this?
m.network/Cabo.
m.network/Cabo. So that's where you get this paper. That's where you find this. It's got the details of what it takes. But the thing is, the goal is the rank ups. Now, the money is in the product, the volume that comes into your business. You want both, right? We're not just chasing rank. We're chasing the money. We always want to be chasing the money. But boy, who doesn't love a wonderful vacation in Cabo? So thing is that's where you want to get these, because as you rank up, all right, and as your team ranks up, you're going to get these points. That's where the big amount of points come from. All right. So basically, you want to go to Cabo. Here's what you do. You help. So I have this written down now. And all my notes I've been scratching down as I've been listening to everybody else talk here. So for you, if you become an M2, all right, which is 2,000 in volume. Again, we're focused on M1s, but you keep building those M1s, you're going to be an M2 real quick. Four M1s, and you're an M2, okay? It's easy as that. So here we are, especially those that just got started. You're like, hey, I just signed up in this company. How am I going to get there? Some of you people have had a month or 2 months, 3 months to plan for this. I only got 60 days. That's all you need, especially if you're brand new. You just signed on. You've got triple points that you got for your very first 2 weeks. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be getting to Cabo and doing it in their first 2 weeks because they get triple the points, because all you got to do is create those M1s, get 16 boxes of product in your organization, and help your team do the same thing. When you become an M2 and you have 3 M1s and you do that in 2 weeks, your first 2 weeks, you're there. That's getting you there for those that came in. Now, it's like, well, AJ, I've been in for a little bit longer, so I don't get the triple points. How am I going to get there? Well, number one, you've already got a head start probably because you probably got some people in line that you can be working with. So you got some points, some things already happening. The thing is go make them M1s. That's the key. That is the 7 seconds you need to be looking for, that right in front of you. Don't look at the big picture. Look at those next 7 seconds, like Kayla said, and build an M1. That is the key. 480 personal volume, which is 16 boxes.
Okay,
do that.
So I'm going to talk. He talked a lot about numbers. I hope you wrote those down, or at least go back and listen to it, because those are very important keys on how you get there. I'm going to throw out a couple of concepts that have been on my mind lately. M-Network, which stands for Members Network. Everything that they have done to create this company has been done in an effort to make each of us successful. You, me, Andy, John, everyone on this call. Everything was done by providing the websites, by providing so much opportunity for us, not to even mention the products. But there's 2 things I want you to focus on right now. And one you may not even be aware of. But the first one is the 3andMe bonus. Now, that is a bonus that is set up. Read that in your back office. Again, it's under your tools and media. That is a bonus that's set up by people being on 180 in volume. Now, you only need 60 PV or RV or a combination thereof to qualify for a paycheck. However,
PV and RV, that's your personal volume and your retail volume combined. All right, retail volume. All right.
So you only are required 60. So why would they set up a program based on 180? Well, let me tell you. Because first of all, you're probably going to be drinking. If you're like a normal family, you're going to need more than 2 boxes of product or whatever in a month. Plus, you need the samples. We keep talking about samples. You have to put those out there. So 3andMe bonus is based on 180 PV or RV. So whether you personally buy it or you retail it from your website or box hand and box or sticks it out, however you get to 180. Now, I know those of you that know me are thinking, but Jill, you always say make money before you spend money. And that's true. And I'm going to get back around to that. So hear me out here. The second concept, though, before I circle back around, is the sampling program. Up until this point, if you clicked on tools in your back office, you see this cute little thing that says send samples coming soon. Well, guess what? It no longer says, it no longer says coming soon. It says new. If you click on there, you can send samples out. You just put in their name, their address, whatever information you have on them, and the company sends it out. If you all have been putting together these packs of samples, which I do every day, I hear you, I love you, but those little sticky things and whatever, it feels like a craft project every day. I don't have to do that anymore. I can send these samples. Now, how you get sample credits are 2 ways. Your starter pack may have come, if you came with anything other than the apprentice pack, it came with some sample credits. So you may already have those in there. The other thing is that you can go in and hit place an order, and you can order your sample credits. They come in $30 or 30 PV increments, the same price as the 30 PV box of product. So you can buy those. Now, so one of the things I want to really stress to everyone is today's August 1st. We have 60 days to Cabo.
You can't wait for 30 days to start sending products out, to start sending samples out.
Sending samples out in 20, 25, whatever days later on. What I'm going to challenge everyone is go in there today, tomorrow, at least this week, and order 60 PV of samples and start getting those out. Why? First of all, 60 is what qualifies you for a paycheck, right? So boom, done. Okay, you're already day one, you're there, you're already qualified for a paycheck. Okay, but then you're sending these samples out. And I got 2 people today that I'm sending samples out that I didn't even talk about product. I just said, hey, we've got a new way of sending samples out through the home office, and I want to see what it looks like, and you live close to me. Can I send you some? And then you show me what it looks like and tell me what you think of it. Well, hello. So, and you can go and send them that way. So I went in and ordered my 60 PV of samples, already sending some out. It's amazing, and it's so simple. It's so simple. So then to get to the rest of the 180, because you've already got a third of it, right? Then as people are coming on board your team, and as your blue box for your personal product comes through, you're using those for like when someone comes in because you sent them samples day 1, day 2, day 3 of the month, they are starting to go, oh my gosh, that go was amazing. How do I get more of that? Oh my gosh, I felt so good with that sole. How do I get more of that? Boom, boom, boom. And these starter packs pay you money, real cash money, cha-ching. You take that money in and you start buying either your own personal, to pay for your blue box or to buy some extra product or some more sample kits. So I'm really challenging everyone to try to get to that 180. That 3andMe bonus, you have an opportunity to earn $75 extra per month, $300 extra per month, or $1,500 per extra. Let me just tell you, that's a really cool bonus. And if you get to those levels, you've earned this trip. I mean, forget it. So the thing of it is just really trying to, and again, don't look at the whole scoreboard. Like Kayla said, look at the 7 seconds in front of you. And so I'm going to tell you, look at the first couple of days in front of you as far as getting those samples, those sample credits ordered, and start getting those samples out. Let's make Em really struggle to keep up with all the samples that we're sending out, because we're going to have amazing August and September in this business.
Keep in mind, when you're sending samples out, it's going to take a few days for them to get them. And then you got to give them a call, and you got to follow up. Don't forget the following up. It doesn't do any good just to send someone some samples. And also make sure that they know that you're sending them to them. But it doesn't do any good to send someone some samples and then not call them and say, hey, did you get those samples? What'd you think? What do you like? Okay. Now, but remember what it was John that was saying, and we've had several come involved that have gotten involved in this without even trying the samples. You do not have to wait for them to try the product to get in the business, but the samples is how you can start introducing it. And so you need to use that and get them out right away, right now.
So one of the things I want to share, can you share screen and show some pictures? Mm-hmm. Okay, real quick. We talk a lot about Cabo. You need to start, and this is the fun part of goal setting. It's time to feel it, to see it, to dream it. You've got to set some real. This is just from the website, mind you. Can they see that yet?
Can you see? Let's see. There we are. There.
Okay, so these are.
I think
just
you can
some
see
pictures.
the screen, right, John? Okay.
Okay, so these are pictures straight from the website of the resort that we're staying at. So this is the Pueblo Bonito Sunset Beach Resort and Spa, right in Cabo San Lucas. It is a 5-star. They're not sending us to some dump. Okay, you've really got to see this. And I don't say this lightly. I mean, if you need to, and I do this, print pictures, put them in the house, put them wherever. You know, this is a big deal. This is a 5-star upscale resort right on the beach, right on the water. Look at those passports going up. So there are 6 pools. And these aren't little rinky-dink little oval pools in behind your hotel room. This is the kind of pools they're talking about. 6 pools. Not to mention there's other communities from the same company that you can go and visit. They have shuttles that take you all the other resorts as well that you can go to. Now, the big kicker, all inclusive. That's my favorite terminology right now. All inclusive. And we went to
that glass of wine there, that's free. It's all inclusive. Just saying, Kayla.
So, you know, we went to Hawaii back in March. Let me tell you, there is nothing about Hawaii that's all inclusive. I mean, you can't park your car without it costing you $40 a day. You know, every little thing adds up. And here, everything is covered. 24-hour restaurants, food, drinks. You can have anything from your pizza, pasta, steaks. You can have burgers on the beach. You can have Chinese or Asian fusion, your sushi. Oh my gosh, if you love sushi, we got a date. I'm just telling you. I love my sushi. You can go for fresh seafood, of course, because we're right on the water. Breakfast, brunches. There's a big brunch buffet, mimosas, frappuccinos. All of those things are included, not to mention, shall we say, the cocktails and all of your drinks, your wine, your beers, even room service is included. So, hello, let's live like royalty a little bit. Let's pick up the phone. Yes, room service. I would like a steak. And I don't have to pay extra for it. Thank you, Em. I love it. So just, you know, live it up like royalty, you know, and really go on this website and check out the resort, check out Cabo, look at the things you can do in Cabo, look at the itinerary that Dave Webb put up for us last week on the trip. You need to feel it, feel the sun, feel the sand and hear the ocean waves and just realize the experience. And you've got to soak it in. And it's that law of attraction and just really just putting every foot forward to be there. And not to mention my favorite part of this whole trip, besides the fact that it's free and it's paradise and everything, is I have made some of the best friends in my life in this industry. And I get to see a lot of you and a lot of you that I haven't actually met in person. Kayla Tamborello, you're 4'11". Well, I'm only 5'2", but I am going to hug your neck so hard you have no idea. And Walt, I met Walt Friesen on an incentive trip for a previous company in Thailand. Here's my Canadian crazy friend, and we're crazy Americans that we just had a blast in Thailand and spent a week with them in Singapore. These trips matter. They change your life. It changes the relationships you have in your family, and we're taking your team with you. That's incredible. In our other companies, we had some people with success and whatever. Never once did one of our teammates ever go on a trip with us.
This time we're taking all of you.
As much as we love the trips, that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. And we're taking at least 30 or 40 on this list or in our team. And it doesn't even matter if you're in our team. We love you all. We all work together. there's no competition here. We all will work together and party together. We work hard, we play hard.
So here's the thing. Two things, and I'm going to turn it over to the man who we really want to hear from. And that is, to get this thing going, all right, we always talk about our system, share a stick, share a tool, share a leader. Let me tell you something. Part of that sharing a stick, sharing a sample there at the very beginning is part of your core team business builders, all right? Don't forget to share the business is one of your samples. What is part of what it is you need to be sharing. When you are getting started, you need to get things going. We want customers and all that. Remember, customers are addition, and customers are good. That is addition. But the thing is your business, your team, that is the multiplication. That's where things really start popping, and that's where you need to focus on. Go right and start figuring out who is going to be my core team. Who are those business builders that are going to be doing this with me? Who are the people that I'm going to be doing? Get them on the weekly Zooms that we've got going on. We've got Zooms going on every single night, 8 o'clock at night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've got these Zooms happening, and now also we're starting extra ones. Kayla's starting one. I think we're doing it on Thursdays at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to confirm that here in a little bit, but I think we already did that because and then we got also calls. Andy's call 11 o'clock. These are Central times, I'm telling you, by the way.
Just go to mteamglobal.net. mteamglobal.net. Go to the events page. You'll see all the brand new ones, including Kayla's brand new call on Thursday nights, which follows the call that I do. So, guys, what AJ is trying to say is pack these calls out. Use these calls for your advantage. These calls, these Zooms will help everybody, including you and your team, get on the beach of the world with us. So,
absolutely. This is the key. Something that AJ just said that's very, very important is the fact that if you understand, I love that our products are retail friendly. And I'm going to shake up some people maybe here a little bit, but I love that they're retail friendly. I love that you can sell retail, that they don't even have to know there's a business model behind it, all of that. I love that. But when you do that, it's addition. Okay? When you find a customer, you've added a customer, and your business is addition. When you find a few people that are willing to go find a few, and there's nothing wrong with the retail. I just want you to see.
Retail's great. That's we love that about this business. I just want you to see
another aspect of. But when you find a few people, and they don't have to be people that are going to bring in 1,000 people, but you find a few that will find a few, and maybe out of those they'll find a few. That's when the duplication. That's when your business becomes multiplication. At the top of every hour, I get notifications. There's someone there right now I haven't even looked at. I don't know the names on there, but I'm willing to learn. I'm really willing to get in there and talk to them. But I love that. You know, it's not just about what AJ and I can do. It's not just about what you can do and who you know, but who do you know that might know someone? Who do you know that might benefit from this?
So, all right. Now, what I want to do is we're going to turn this over to a man who I've known for quite some time. In fact, I knew this guy. I met this guy at a very young age. Probably, I couldn't even speak whenever I saw it. All I could do was cry the first time I saw this guy. Maybe that's because he was my father. And, but not only is he my father, and not only am I very, very proud and very much, so excited about being in business with him. But the thing is he is one of the top trainers that I've ever heard. We listen to a lot of people train. We listen to a lot of CDs, tapes. We don't have CDs and tapes anymore. We listen to a lot of iTunes people and on our stuff. And thing is I'm always brought back to the things that my father, Andy Willoughby, says.
We do have some of Andy's tapes, though. Let me just say.
Yeah, I do got tapes. I got cassette tapes from Andy. But thing is the words of wisdom that he has, that he brings to the table. Anytime you get a chance to learn from Andy, you've got to take advantage of it. He is an M4 and climbing up in this company very, very fast. And the things that we have learned have come from him. And we are so proud to have him as our leader in this. And Andy, Dad, I'm going to let you take it from here and let you take it the rest of the way here. Are you there? I said all that. He couldn't even hear me. Oh, darn it.
So, well, how in the world are you anyway? All I got to do is live up to that introduction and it'll be just fine, won't it? AJ was right. Matter of fact, it's hard to believe looking at him right now, but he was small as a child. As a matter of fact, when I first met him, he was about the size of a baby. So but he did grow on me, and pee on me and spit up on me and pretty much everything. So, and I had a friend who told me once. He said that your son's is trying to carve a place out in life for himself, and the only place he's got to carve it is in your hide. And I think he did a little bit of that too. So anyway, let me reiterate what AJ said about the system. And that is, if you're going to get to Cabo, you don't have time to create a new system. You're going to have to follow the track that's working. And that track is share a stick, share a tool, and share a leader. If you go beyond that, you're going to slow yourself down. That's all I do. And I've been fairly successful in recruiting here in the last few weeks, last few months, and since I got into M. It's because I just keep doing it. Share a stick, share a tool, and share a leader. And the share a leader is basically part of the follow-up. I mean, following up, because all I do is give people a stick, I send them the website, and then I follow up. And I do that over and over again. And if you've been doing that and you're not bringing people in, it's probably because if you gave them a stick and you sent them to the website, the only thing you failed to do was follow up. And you say, well, I did call them. But did you call them once? Did you send them an email? Did you send them a text? Did you send them a Facebook Messenger? Did you send them a video by texting? Did you do all of that? That's what I do. I just keep sending them things. I don't make them tell me no every time. I just keep sending them information. And I let the products and the tools do the selling. And let the system do it. Share the stick, share the tool, share the leader. And I invite them to get onto these things, but I just keep sending them the information day after day, week after week. I got more leads than I can follow up with, and I'm just working all the time trying to follow up. And you think, well, yeah, where do you get so many leads, Andy? You'd be surprised. Almost everybody I know has to have water. I mean, I've been through almost everybody. I mean, there's a few who you'd think don't. I had a father-in-law that I don't think ever had water, but he said it rusted his pipes. All I ever saw him drink was usually a gin and tonic or maybe something like that. But I never really saw him drink much water. But I just find people drink water. Then I try to get specific, find the ones that want to be smarter. I get them the smart one. The ones that want to have more energy, I get them the go one. The ones who want to have more, that want to be in a better mood, I get them the soul. And I had somebody ask me earlier. He says, "Well, how can you compare these products to other products so you can show the benefits and advantages of our product?" I said, "I don't know. I don't try. I just talk to them about what we've got and share, because it takes too long. I don't want to have to learn their product line. I'm not even learning my product line, to be honest with you. All I know is the Smart Stick is a brain booster. The Soul Stick is a mood booster. The Go Stick is an energy booster. The Trim Stick is for weight loss. And the Core is the antioxidant. That's the one that's really tough, because that one you got to learn the word immunity, and it helps build your immunity system and helps you with joints and veins and things like that. Now, doing those three things and doing them over and over again, and then I quit following up when they die. And so if they haven't died yet, I leave them on the list. Now, if they tell me I want off the list, they want to get off of my list. I say, you don't want to get off of my list. You get off of my list, I got to put you on the bad list. You get on the bad list, you'll never get off of that one. So you better stay on this list, because I get you on the bad list, it's all over. I mean, it's impossible to get off of that one. Better stay on the one you're on. But I just don't want to offend people. All right, I just keep them along. I don't offend them. I don't push them. They tell me no, it's okay. I understand. You don't want to do it. But I'll tell you it's okay with you. I'll just keep sending you information, and I'll keep you informed so you can kind of see what's happening. because they want to know, first of all, if you're in a business and getting in this business, your friends and family are just waiting for you to fail. And so they say, yeah, you call me back in 2 months. And you know what? They don't think you're going to do it. They don't think you're going to send them something, but I just keep on the regular deal, just sending them information, sending them a text, sending them follow-up. And every once in a while, I'll send somebody saying, boy, I think you made a mistake on this one. This one's really working. You better think about it again. And it may just be a text. And people tell me no. And when they say no, like I said, if you guys were on my training I put out the other day, what I've learned is that anybody who can say no can say yes. So if they can say no, that means they're a decisive person. And if they're a decisive person, they could say yes. So that's great. I'm excited. They said no. Well, that's great. I'm glad. That's all right. That's fine. Just as long as I can just put you on I'll just send you some information, some text, just keep you informed. And I don't force them to take it. And then I just keep doing it, keep dripping on them. And eventually these products sell themselves. It usually helps if they have more than one product. So, if they test more than one product, so that, nobody's going to love them all. So you got to find one they like. So if you're mailing it, I really encourage you to probably send 4 or 5, give them a different sample of at least 3 to 5 of them. If you're seeing people in person, you may want to give them a different stick every week, or, every several days or something like that. And you may want to do it that way. Now, you're going to need something that's called enthusiasm to get people coming along with you. Enthusiasm sells. Enthusiasm's charismatic. It's persuasive. You need to show enthusiasm. And that comes from, real enthusiasm comes from conviction. And that conviction is that you really believe it works and it's going to be good for you. And it's going to be good for them. I really encourage you, if you're not getting where you want right now, just get onto the Improve Facebook site and read that all the way through every day. Find out all the new testimonials, read all the old testimonials, and just keep going through that. Get on all these calls you can get on, watch all the videos, but consistently go to the Facebook on Improve and the different things happening there. But the Improve, reading over and over, and realize this stuff is really good for people. It really is. The products taste great. They work. I mean, basically, they're better than the competition. They cost less than the competition. And beyond that, you don't have to know a whole lot. So don't let anything else slow you down. Don't get slowed because you want to get to Cabo. So just focus on those 3 things and just don't quit following up. Just keep sending them information. Don't force them. I mean, today's market is totally different. It's not like it used to be. I mean, it used to be you'd get a decision and you don't get decisions immediately anymore. It takes longer, and it takes just getting more information, being persuasive, and you can't do that if your feelings are hurt every time somebody doesn't take your call, or doesn't return a call, or doesn't return your text, or doesn't return your email, or whatever. If that offends you, you're going to spend all your time whining. Your feelings are going to be hurt so bad all the time, you're not going to be able to call people. You've got to not take that personal. That's just the way business is done in the year 2017. People don't answer their telephones. It's not even hardly safe to answer your telephone. I answered the telephone. I got some guy from Albania or India saying, "Oh, get to your computer right now. You must get on your computer. You must talk to me. Oh, quick, push that button. Push that button." You don't know what's going on there. So people aren't answering the phone. They can't. Don't take an offense to that. They'll call you back if you'll keep sending them information. They'll take the first call and then just and you're doing the same thing. You guys, you think, well, they didn't return my call. Why don't these people polite enough to at least answer the telephone? You do the same thing. How many phone calls did you ignore today? How many times did somebody come to you when you walked in the store and you said, they asked, "Are you interested? Can I help you?" And you say, "No, I'm just looking." You aren't just looking. You went in there for some reason. Do you have that much time in your hands? You just walking around Walmart just to look? Surely not. You're in there after something, but you lied to them. And you think, well, it hurts your feelings because somebody lied to you. Say, "Oh, I didn't like that," or whatever. That's what people do. That's what you do. That's what we all do. Ignore it. It's just the way business is done. It's the language of sales. Okay? It's the language of marketing. accept it and ride with it. Don't take offense. And because what happens when you do, it makes you not go and make another call, makes you not send out another email, makes you not send out another text. Why should I send it out? They didn't respond. The key to sending out emails is just, it's in the subject line. Get enough in the subject line that at least they see people scan the subject lines. So you want them to keep scanning subject lines until someday they say, oh, I think I'm going to read that one. And eventually it happens. You'll come up with something that catches their attention. Now, finally, let me say this. There's a story in the Bible talking about the children of Israel who had been, they had been given the promised land. God promised them the promised land. And they had held all these miracles to get them out of Egypt. I mean, literally, the Lord spread the Red Sea. They walked through on dry land, all these miracles, and then, all right, they're supposed to go out and take the promised land. And so first thing they did was they sent out 12 spies. And they went out there and they looked and they saw, they were, the people were big. They looked like they were strong and everything else. But the land was, they called it flowing with milk and honey. I mean, it was a rich land. So the 12 of them come back. 10 of them said, oh, we can't do this. These people are huge. They're strong. They got great weapons. There's lots of stuff there we could get. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful place, but it's too big. Only 2 of them came back saying, we can take it. 2 of them had faith, said, we can take it with God's help. We can do it. We can do it with God's faith. But the other 10, you know what they said? They said, these people are huge. We were like grasshoppers to them. They saw themselves so small. They were like grasshoppers. They saw themselves as grasshoppers. I've got some t-shirts that have a grasshopper on them. It's got a line through it that said, no grasshopper thinking. All right. You got to not have grasshopper thinking. People, this is not rocket science. We hand them a stick. We send them an email. We call them follow up. And the products are so good and so cheap, they sell themselves. It's that, it's that simple. And if you will keep following up, if you're not having success with the system, it's because you're not consistently following up long enough. And I wasn't recruiting very many the first couple of months I was in this. I mean, everybody recruits a bunch of people their first 30, 60 days. They recruit 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after that, it starts getting hard because you went through all the low front hanging fruit. And so for the next 3 to 4 months, it seems like it's slower because people stop making new contacts and stop following up. They get discouraged because 3 they brought in didn't bring in a bunch of people. So they think, well, they sign up some people and then they expect, well, okay, those people are going to sign up a bunch of people. It's not built on what they do. It's all built on what you do. I came in, I probably recruited 6, 7, 8, 9 people the first 6 weeks. But then those didn't jump on it. All of them didn't recruit a bunch of people. Now, if I'd have waited for them to recruit it, I'd still be waiting. But I didn't. I just kept consistently doing the same thing. And now some of the people in the very beginning, I recruited a person last week that I've been talking to since the very first days back in September when it was first coming together. And I recruited one that was been over 30 days and one that had been over a couple of weeks. So, and one, just from consistently following up. So, but if you see yourself as a grasshopper, if you think it takes a genius to do this, it's just not going to happen for you. You've got to see it. You've got to believe that you can do this. You've got to see yourself successful and not to see yourselves as grasshoppers. In the last company, I'll never forget that, going across the aisle, the $1 million earners, and they would always recognize us. And Kat was right there with me. She was going across the deal, and we were the $1 Million Club, and those that earned $1 million or several $1 million with the company. And that was filled up with all kinds of people going across there. And I'll never forget the one couple. I think it was Connie Ross, her husband, and she was in the wheelchair, and he was holding on to it like a walker, just keeping him up. And they were going across the stage, and there was probably in our $1 Million Club. I remember we were taking pictures once, and there were 6 or 7 wheelchairs from John, all these old people. Okay, these old people who thought they could that didn't have grasshopper thinking, that nobody told them they were in a wheelchair. Nobody told them they were old. Nobody told them they were sick. Nobody told them that. They just thought they could do it. And I looked around and I saw these people, and yet I looked out in the audience. I saw lots of people that were real healthy, some of them real young, some of them have all kinds of energy, but they just saw themselves as grasshoppers. But Connie Ross she was in the wheelchair, but she didn't see herself as a grasshopper. She saw herself as that, wholly unique, very special, perfect person that God had created her to be. My AJ's grandmother and Jill's grandmother and my mother-in-law, at 58 years old, she got into networking. After a 40-year bad marriage, the only job she had ever had in her life was 8 months as a telephone receptionist. That's the only job she'd ever had. And at 72, she started with us in the last company. By 75, she was making more money than most bank presidents. As you guys have probably heard this story before, at 79, she closed her eyes and said, I'm tired. She closed her eyes, took a nap, and woke up in heaven. But she had the greatest life. She didn't fade away. She went out like a rocket. She would say most people my age get up in the morning and wonder, where's the cheapest buffet in town and how early in the day do I have to go to get the senior discount? She said, I get up in the morning wondering what city I'm in and what's the best restaurant in town. I mean, she did not see herself as a grasshopper. She went on a trip with us when AJ was 15 years old to Disney World in Orlando, and she says, I want to travel. And she didn't have any way to do it. I mean, they were barely paying her minimum wage, and she didn't have any way to do it. But she said, I want to travel. That's the kind of life I want to live. When she saw networking, she said, I could do that. And because she thought she could do it, she did it. Go out and get yourself a little book called I Think I Can. I Think I Can, about the little train that could. And I tell you what, this trip's going to be wonderful. I saw the pictures, man. I can't wait. I was drooling here looking at the picture of the trip that they put up. But I'll tell you what, there's going to be trips like that, several every year. You're going to have the rest of your life. You can be doing this kind of stuff in EM. If you don't make this one, there's going to be another one. But if you don't go for this one, when are you going to go for it? Go for it, and go for it now. And there's going to be lots more trips. There's going to be trips for you the rest of your life. And we got to see the trips. We have no idea. We couldn't even probably count right now how many trips we were on in the last 15 years. Almost every one of them, mostly, if not all, paid for by the company. They were all in great, luxurious places. We'd have never done it. We'd have never got those trips if these companies didn't provide it. That's the industry. That's the opportunity you have. A bunch of just regular people that were truck drivers that were, they were some of them were salesmen, some of them were felons, some of them were people that had done all kinds of jobs, secretaries, grandmothers, and everything else, been going on these trips, and they're going to keep going on these trips because they think they can, because they don't see themselves as grasshoppers. So stay with the system, inventive, learn it, come up with something really creative next time. For right now, stay with the system, go out and make it happen. So God bless y'all. And it's been fun. We'll keep doing it.
Well, thanks, Andy. Thanks, AJ and Jill. And thanks, Keila Tamburello. We'll get this recording up as soon as possible for you. Y'all rock. We're all going to see you on the beach of the world. Follow the 60-day plan, guys. It's really simple. Many of you, like Keila said, already have points already accumulated. Like I said a few minutes ago, I qualified in 6 hours, but don't take that. Or Keila 6 days. Because guess what? Whether you qualified in 6 hours or 6 days or 6 months, it's the same beach, the same sand. And Keila Tamburello, it's the same free drinks, everyone, on Ryan Anderson. So with that said, y'all, we'll see you on the beach of the world real soon. Have a great night, everybody. Bye for now.